about your daily schedule. And for me, I've taken the test twice. The last time I took it was last July, and I took it with accommodations. And to be quite frank, I don't know how to say this, but I've never really tested well. But now that I think I have the right material and a little bit more time on my hands, I'm not trying to I'd like just to get into law school. I don't want to go to a T14. I just want to get in. I work full time for the Department of Justice, at the U.S. Attorney's Office. I'm in the military, I'm in the National Guard. So really for me, it's just getting my foot in the door. But my biggest hang up is my LSAT.
Sure. So what about the LSAT gives you trouble right now?
Well, I'm great at the games. It's reading comprehension and logical reasoning, really. And sometimes it's just, really setting aside the time. And, I've been following you and your little words of wisdom, the daily schedules. That's what I need. So, waking up, working out, maybe spending an hour, and then revisiting it maybe later in the day.
Yeah, sure. Well, the schedule is going to give you all my general recommendations regarding what to do for every section of the exam and how to go about it specifically. So which articles on my site to read before doing relevant practice problems of that type, that sort of thing, just to help you build the foundation. But do you have questions regarding a certain approach, for example, in reading comp?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
where
sure.
to begin. I've read, I know that you should read the entire reading comprehension. Don't read the questions and the answers first. Read the actual passage, and then I know how to underline and circle important words. I don't know why it's just the hardest section for me.
Yeah, it's hard to improve on. It takes a lot more time here because your reading is somewhat fixed. Your reading style. You've done a lot of reading in your life up to this point, whereas games are somewhat new. So it's going to take more time. The question is, are there little tweaks you can make to your approach that would actually have a massive impact? Like you talked about looking for keywords. Maybe that works for you. Maybe it doesn't. Personally, I find those who do the best on reading comp mark very little or not even at all, especially on the digital and the flex where the tools don't even work that great. I wouldn't rely on that. I would just use the scratch paper.
Okay. Do you recommend also reading other material while studying for it that would help your fluency or how you comprehend or retain material, or no?
Well, what's your target test date?
October 3rd.
Okay. So we're speaking now into July. You've got about 3 months, a little less. Stick with the actual passages. I wouldn't skip those to do The Economist or something. People like to do The Economist because it's easier and more casual reading, but you've got plenty of real passages you could look at. So I wouldn't consider outside material actually studying, even if it's a nice to have.
Okay. So when I took it last time, because I took it with accommodations, it was paper tested. I don't know if that'll be the same for me moving forward.
I would ask LSAT about that. I would look into it for sure.
Okay, I'll shoot them an email. I know they're a little backlogged, but they've been pretty great about getting back to me. So, yeah, really for reading, I don't know why, but I like to read, but it's just not been my forte for some reason. And the games have been. So, and logical reasoning, I'm getting better. And at this point, I really couldn't quite tell you what I'm missing versus what I'm not. I don't know. I just couldn't explain that to you. For me, I just am not a good test taker.
Well, you've got 2.5 months to change your mentality around that. Because if it's like a self-defeating mentality, and I get it, it may feel true, but you've got 2.5 months where you can make anything happen. So change your focus, change your approach, follow the plan. If you've got to do extra, do extra. Reading comp is tough. It may take more time, but you'll get out what you put in. Nearly 400 released passages. Work through as many of those as you can and analyze all your mistakes. Analyze everything that gives you trouble. It can be grueling at times, but the insights you get out of that review will pay big returns.
Well, I think that's all the questions I have for today. I apologize I had a lot going on.
It's all right.
here.
No worries. No worries. Well, keep at it. And let me know if you need anything moving forward.
I will. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.